All right, everyone. Welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at Ironhide. Yeah, no. We're going to be taking a look at IronHeart. Marvel Legends IronHeart. Now, this figure here I thought was really cool. It is the new, well, kind of new Iron Man. I mean, Ironheart, she made the suit as a college project, right? Something like that. It goes in the comic book. I only read a little bit. I don't know much about this character. I just think it's really cool because it's a female Iron Man, or Ironheart, so to speak. So she comes with some accessories. So let's get into those really quick. Let's take a look at these accessories. So first off, she comes with her 2 blasts for either her feet or her hands. So, you know, they're just casted blue plastic. They plug into the feet or the hands, which I'll show later on. She comes with 2 smoke effects that go on her feet, I do believe. And then she comes with 2 open hands that are doing repulsor blasts. As you can see, there are the holes for the blasts. And you know, they did a good job with these. You can still see, like, just like in the Iron Man review that I did, you can actually see the joints in the fingers, which I thought was pretty cool. And the other cool thing is she has hearts on the back of her hands. That is pretty cool. Fingertips are all, or the fingers are all painted gold. Looks like a set of gloves, fingerless gloves. Really neat, really neat. And then we have, last but not least, Ironheart's alternate head. And what a beautiful sculpt. I mean, look at that face. Beautifully done, beautifully done. The hair, the lipstick, the eyes, everything is beautifully done. Very nice head sculpt. Very nice head sculpt. I think what I'm going to do is, you know, I like her with the mask head, you know, the actual Ironheart helmet on, but this face sculpt, I'm going to put it on. That's how I'm going to put her on the shelf, because that right there is awesome. Beautifully done. All right, so let's get into this figure. This figure is pretty cool. She's small, of course. So let's get into some of this paint detail. So as you can see on the head itself of the mask, you have gold paint with blue eyes, and they did very nicely done. Not a whole lot of paint slop or anything like that on here, at least not on mine. As you can see, red, you know, everything is cast in red. So, you know, then you have the other paint apps as far as like the black, which is really neat. So you have the black here on the neck and on the shoulders, on the side of the neck, of the spaces between the armor plates. Then you actually have, I guess this would be like her arc reactor right here. Not bad. Mine's missing a little bit of paint, as you can see right there at the top, but I'm not complaining about it. Beautifully done as far as the gold on the actual abdomen and part of the chest plates, the biceps, and then also here on the fingers of the hands. More hearts on the back of the hands. You have gold paint on the inside where the thigh swivel is. You can see a little bit of red there and a little bit of red right there on the gold. You have black here on the inside where of the leg armor for the suit. And then it goes all the way down to the actual, and this is what I thought was pretty cool. So if you look at her boots, she actually has a slit there, almost like a ninja boot, like a tabi boot, right? So that's pretty neat. Pretty neat. So her armor, though, is really smooth. Like I said, I don't know much about this character in the comic, but I think she's a really cool character, and you know, that's why I had to have her. You have more plates on the back, right here, the lower back, the upper back, shoulder blades. Then you have the shoulder pads, and you have, you know, all the way to the triceps down to the elbows. Very nice, and pinless tech. There's no pins here and no pins here on the knees either. You have plates on the thighs. As you can see, it comes down. And then you have her boots, which are really smooth. They're not like Starks where you could tell it's a bunch of plates, but you know, you have the plates on the boots itself. But it's just smoother, that's all. More sleek, so to speak. And this here, this face sculpt, as far as this helmet is concerned, it reminds me of Silverhawks. You know, when they would pull down their face shields? That's what this reminds me of. So Hasbro, if you're gonna, you know, if you get the rights to do like a Silverhawks line, yeah, have at it. I think you'd be all right. So that's what that reminds me of. That's pretty cool. So anyway, moving on. No, this armor is just painted on right here for the shoulders. So let's get into some articulation. All right, so her head can move up this far, and I know I was already messing around with her. So you can get her to look up that far. You can get her to look down that far, which is all great, but if you get her in a flying pose, I guess it'd be all right. You know, you'd have to probably, you know, if you could, pop off the head if it doesn't, if the ball joint's not too high up, and put some tack in there and get to stay. So her arms can go out into a T pose. Arms can go all the way around. Nothing hinders it. She can crunch forward that far, which isn't very much. She can bend back this far, and then you can see it starts to gap a little bit in there. Head tilt. She does have plenty of head tilt, so that's cool too. No waist swivel whatsoever, which is, it is what it is. No drop down legs for her. Can she do the splits? No, that's as far as she can go. She has an upper thigh swivel. Oh, I almost forgot. She does have a wrist bend in there. Can you see that right there? And it does bend only that much. So you can bend her wrist just that much to where you can see. So instead of having it straight, you give it a little bend, and there you go. She has an upper bicep swivel. I almost forgot these, right? And she has a double jointed elbow, and she can actually bring her arm all the way up, and that's nice. That's nicely done. Look at that, a complete bend, just like a normal person would be able to do. All right, so getting back down, so I did the thigh swivel, right? Then we have the double jointed knees, and mine, they were stiff when I got her, but she can bring her knee all the way up, and of course she can bring it right up to her backside, which is nice. And then you have her toe hinge. So her toe hinge can go forward that far. It can go back extremely far. And then you have her toe, or I mean her ankle rocker. So they can move in, move out. So if you want her to have a broken foot, you could have her have a broken foot. So this figure, the only pet peeve I have is just the fact that she doesn't have the waist swivel, because then you would have been able to probably get her into some really good poses. And you know, I haven't really tried, so I will try after this video, and I'll leave some photos at the end, so please check them out. So I'm going to take off the fists, because she has the double fists that she comes with. And then she has her open repulsor hands, if that's the correct terminology for it. Oop, 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 oop. All right, no harm, no foul. So there she is with her repulsor hands, so you can have her floating like this. And once again, like I said, you can plug the repulsors into her hands like so. If you have another set, you can put another set into her feet, and you can have her hovering like so, or you can have her, let's see if we can get this to work, firing like so. So there you have that. You can have her sit there firing like that. Yeah, these come bent all the time. If you don't want to put them in her hands, you have a choice. Do you put them in her hands or not? If you don't want to put them there, you don't have to. You could take them and you could pop them right here into the peg holes in the bottom of her feet. And oh, this one doesn't want to go. It's giving a hard time. Anyway, and you can have her hovering with just like that. The other cool thing is And I believe these, if you take these out, I believe these go on, I was messing with it earlier. So I believe this wraps around her leg like so. And her foot sticks out. And I think if you push the foot down into the actual smoke blast, like so, then push, because it looks like it's molded to go around her ankle, right? And then that gives it really, let's do the other one. That gives it a really cool look. I mean, really cool look. So, like I said, just push the foot in, wrap it around her leg. See, it just fits. Just fits beautifully. Now, I don't know if this is correct or not, but to me, I think that looks awesome. That looks killer. You know, let me see if I can get a stand over here to pose her on a stand. Oh, probably not. No. Sorry. Anyway, let's pop off the head. I'll figure that one out later. And then just you got to really kind of press to get the head on that ball joint. But that, my friends, is awesome. I mean, look at that head sculpt. That is awesome. So you have, look at this. Let me try and get this to focus in while I got her here. Come on, there we go. All right, so right here with the face sculpt, you can see the armor at the neck, which is really nice. The eyes, which is absolutely beautifully done. They're not sloppy paint or anything like that. The eyebrows, her hair coming down with the curl, everything is just mint. I love the way this figure was done. The armor on the neck, the way the hair goes back. Now, can she look up? Yes, she can look up only that much. Can she look down? She can look down that much. So once again, so as you can see in the back there, you see the ball joint in there in the back of the head. And that, well, let's see. Actually, I can get a little bit more than I can usually than I could with the other head on there. But yeah, this is great. I mean, I love the way everything is done. Everything is just so falling into place and uniform. Here we go. We're gonna start blurring up on me again. There we go. I mean, the way these smoke effects go around her legs with the fire, that's great. I don't have the others, but because she didn't come with other blast effects, right, to go into the hands. But still, I mean, if you just want her, you know, she's got her hand out like this. Let's see if we can get her to, I mean, that's a killer pose right there. Like I said, I'm not a great poser as far as posing these figures and stuff like that, but I think that's great. I love the way that looks. I love the way that looks. That's fabulous. So the only thing I have as far as with this figure, the pet peeve that I have with this figure is just the simple fact that she doesn't have the waist swivel. Everything else I like. And the fact that she didn't come with other effects to go in her hands right here. But I'm okay with that. I can live with that. But the smoke effects, the way they come around her legs, the way they wrap around, and you have the blast effects coming out of the bottom, that's just killer. Just killer. And the head sculpt is fabulous. So let me just take this stuff off of her. What I'll do is I'll try to get some photos with this stuff on her at the end. So stay tuned for some photos at the end. I won't put too many to keep you guys here long because the video is probably long enough. But I'd like to say that Hasbro knocked this figure out of the park with IronHeart. What a great figure. And hopefully they start listening to us as fans and they actually start making better figures. If I can just get her to stand up, that would be awesome. Yeah, We need more figures like this. That pinless tech is great. This figure is great. Hopefully Hasbro starts listening and actually starts getting some more figures out like this. A little bit more articulation in them would be awesome if possible. I mean, we have the thigh cuts, we have the knee bend, the double jointed knees, you know, the foot rockers. You know, if they can add a toe hinge in there, that would be great. If not, that's fine. But at least, you know, a little bit more head for looking up, their head to look up, that would be great. A little more articulation in the neck so their heads can actually look up a little bit better. And a little bit more crunching. And not just a little bit more crunching, but also a waist swivel. So that way we can get them into some great poses to where they actually look good, not to where they just look kind of choppy and mediocre. Anyway, with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're enjoying the content that I'm putting out. I love doing this stuff for you guys. Please like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment down below because it will help the YouTube algorithm get the videos out there, and that way I can keep getting more and more content out to you guys. So please, please, everybody who has stuck with me, thank you so much. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I will catch you guys on the flippity flip.